about 50 made, of which about half of them still exist, of which one of them is right here, as Dave has been enjoying it all day.
He's been doing all these Teams meetings from there.
I've been working from the field today.
Good view there, Dave.
Dave's current view.
Any other car facts, Chris?
No, but you are right. It is one of the rarest cars we have in the game, which is quite incredible that this tiny little car is that rare.
Yeah, one of the absolute most loved cars in Forza Horizon 4. So it's really, really great to have it return to the game in some sort of mystery way that is as yet unknown.
How do you think it got to Mexico?
Hand luggage, I think. Yeah. Or just pop it in the overhead compartment on the plane.
It does have the convenient handle on the back for just picking it up and rolling it through the airport.
Yes, that's how we managed to get it in the front door. With a little bit of pivot. Yeah.
So keen observers will have also noticed there was another peel in that clip that Anna just showed us.
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, so cool. It's like the futuristic cousin of the P50. I can't stop looking at Dave in there.
My stream. So, what I love about the challenges that people used to make in Super 7 and Horizon 4 is they used to put ludicrous tunes on both of the Peel cars, and I cannot wait to see what people are going to do with the Peel in Horizon 5.
And who can forget our Forza Horizon 4 launch stream where one of our audio designers had the unfortunate treble task of trying to drive it in winter.
It had been
snow.
Yeah, it had been super tuned up, hadn't it? Grant had put a ridiculous S1 tune on, and it put no
great.
tyres.
Yeah,
so
and then we spent about 15 minutes with Rich trying to speed him up.
I wasn't going to say his name.
That was a really deep cut, that callback.
Yeah.
Hey guys, remember over 3 years ago on one of our other streams?
It's so fresh in the memory.
RS, so RS being the quickest one. In this case, it honestly blows my mind that road cars have got to this point. 400 horsepower, so it's good for 60 in about just over 4 seconds. And it's also got that incredible 2.5 litre 5-cylinder Audi engine that sounds like a rally car. It's probably one of the best sounding engines you can get in a car like this, I think. I love it.
I wonder if there is going to be a wide body for it.
Audi.
I don't think so.
Yeah, first time we had a new Audi in a while as well.
It is, yeah.
This is car pass car?
It is car pass car, yeah.
Car pass car, come on! Let's go!
Yourself the Audi TT RS.
Yeah, which I think is like end of January, beginning of February, roughly around when week 4 of Series 3 is. Another door.
I could talk about this one for a while.
Show me the other X. Show me the other Jag. I want to see the other Jag.
This is one of my favourite cars. I think it is I personally think, obviously this opinion, this is the most beautiful car ever made. Often it's thought that the Jag E-Type is that. Well, it's got the E-Type kind of front end on it. It was designed by the same person that did Malcolm Sawyer, that did the E-Type, C-Type and D-Type. It should have been the successor to the D-Type. It was going to be a Le Mans race car. It was being kind of built early 60s, intended for racing in 65, but financial reasons meant it didn't. And by the time it would have been ready for racing, it just wouldn't have been competitive. The 7-litre GT40 had kind of shown up and started dominating, so it never raced. And then, unfortunately, in the 70s, to unveil the new Jaguar V12 that's being put in the E-Type, this car was actually the first car that had that engine. They did a bit of a PR thing with it, and it got crashed. So the only example of it ever was written off and then found in a warehouse and restored. So now, like a barn find, yeah. So now it is in this form, which is ever so slightly different to what it used to be. It's slightly wider to accommodate different tyres, and it lives up another local one. It lives just up at Gaydon. If anyone wants to see it, the one of one is up there. And just stunning car, this.
And now there's one in Forza Horizon 5.
Oh, it says technically 2.
Awesome, thank you. So while on the show today we aren't going to jump through the entire festival playlist, we had so much to show, so in the interest of time we aren't going to skip through the whole thing. We did want to highlight two very important points of it though, because this festival playlist sees the first of our community event lab creations. So do you
This is a car that's
Oh,
not been in
fuck yeah,
Forza for a
bud.
while. I think Horizon
Oh, fuck
3
yeah, bud.
was the last time this was in the franchise. It's the faster version of the Celica, which was the last version of the Celica as well. So it's front-wheel drive, has a 1.8 litre inline-4, really nice engine, kind of like a bit Honda VTEC-y with the way it revs, kind of you hit a point and then it kicks in and carries on going. So good that the Lotus actually used it in some of their cars, and just looks great.
Great styling, really holds up as well. It's what year is this car?
There you go, 2003.
2003, and it honestly still looks really cool, really modern.
Yeah.
It's really.
It's a sick car, bro.
Yeah,
I think it's cool as
I'm not a
fuck.
big fan of front-wheel drive cars with wings, but this one definitely suits having a wing. Like the way the silhouette of the car is with the wing on it, it's just right. On sideways loving car, they make a track version of, which is something I'm a big fan of when companies take kind of the big, heavier cars in their lineup and make a track version, because they end up being really fun, as is this one. So it's actually a very drivable car. It's not got the same characteristics as the base car. It's not as slidey. So heavily revised suspension, tyres, and aerodynamics. You can see the wing on the back, canards, and splitter on the front. And sounds absolutely incredible, this thing. Recently actually got to see one and hear it, and it's incredibly loud, and yeah, one of the best cars I've ever heard, this thing. And I genuinely love it as well. I think it looks great.
Cool, wow. 25 points in Spring, Series 3, and that is yours.
It's Vauxhall and Lotus that did this one. So on the outside, I'm going to park under a light so you can see it a bit better. On the outside, it very much looks like a Vauxhall Carlton. Visually, the main difference is really the wing and the front bumper. Underneath, however, this thing's an absolute monster. So this, when it came out, which was 1990, had to check, don't want to get the year wrong, it could do 177 mile an hour, which for a four-door saloon car was absolutely bonkers. And for a very long time, it stayed the second fastest saloon car ever built. I think it was about a decade it stayed that. So powering it, I think, is a 3.6 litre twin-turbo V6. And it's just, yeah, an absolute monster.
Could be a
At
nice
one point,
A-class
the
car.
UK police force contemplated using these because, let's face it, no one's going to outrun you if the police have one of these things. So yeah, really cool car, this one.
Yeah, really cool. Has a real like sleeper car vibe, doesn't it? Just because it's like it's a Vauxhall Carlton, which is a kind of regular family saloon car, but it'll also do over 170.
It's a very nice car, bro.